Hello dear students, welcome to a new class, and today we're going to talk about primitive economic system. For this, we're going to compare two main periods of the Stone Age, the Paleolithic and the Neolithic. But first, I want to introduce you a small background, and for this, I want you to understand this term, hominid. Hominid is a group of living beings conformed by chimpanzees, orangutan, gorillas, and human. Why it's going to be important? Because we are going to understand how human develop what now is economy today. Take into account that through the time there's going to be different religions, different political systems, beliefs, and other factors that created different ways of production. Ways of production that will be different according to the context, and how all these affect to different spheres such as work, state, or family. But how all this began? That's why it's important for us to understand the primitive economic system. Now, let's begin with the Paleolithic period, also known as the Old Stone Age. Take into account that the context for this is prehistory, basically and more or less 3.3 million years ago. When we talk about Paleolithic period, you have to understand that there's going to be two main activities, hunting and gathering. Hunting wild animals. That's why people in that moment, they have to use different strategies so they could have more possibilities to hunt these type of wild animals. In the case of gathering, they not only recollect food, but also some materials for the creation of their own tools. Tools such as spears, as you can see in the picture over here, and also other tools so they would have more ways of recollecting food. Take into account this word, because this is the main reason why they created these ways of production or economic system, subsistence. The only objective for them was subsistence. They didn't want to earn money, save money, buy properties, not even money exists at that moment. The only thing that they wanted is to live, subsistence. Now, let's see some economic characteristics of the Paleolithic period. First, there was no private property as just mentioned before. So for that reason, there were no economic or social inequality, social status, or social classes. Also, there were no surpluses, or also known as excess. For example, they just hunt and recollect food when it was necessary for them. There was not an excess of food. They only just got what they needed. For that reason, there was no accumulation of wealth. These last two characteristics led us to understand that society, they live in cooperation. Since there were not private property, it was everything for everyone. Since they just recollect just the necessary, it means that maybe there was some moment in which there was no any more food or any more animals, so they have the possibility to hunt. So for that reason, they were nomads, one of the main characteristics of these people. Looking for a new place, so they just start gathering and hunting all the necessary food for them. Now, on the other hand, we have the Neolithic period, known as the New Stone Age. As a context, we are talking about the last ice age, more or less 8 or 9,000 years ago. In comparison with the Paleolithic period, the Neolithic people, they practiced basically the agriculture and cattle raising. In the case of our agriculture, they were more interested in understanding the climate, because in that way they will know best methods to apply it in agriculture. In the case of cattle raising, they develop different tools based on stone, so they will have more possibilities to take care of animals and be useful for them for future necessities that they wanted. One of the activities that they developed, it was domestication, basically of animals and plants. What about the economic characteristics of this? First, and as I told you before, they were interested in knowledge, okay? For example, how to work in different lands so they will produce more, and also since they start understanding how to produce with their own lands, lands also represent wealth. Instead of being nomads, they start gathering in clans, in group of people. So for that reason, they are known as sedentary people. And this is the beginning of cities and the creation of civilizations. Also, they had a self-sustaining economy. What means this? It means that there were no more hunting and no more gathering. Since they know more about agriculture and raising all these cattle, they will know how to produce more products. Since they knew how to produce, they had surpluses. They had an excess of food in comparison with the Paleolithic period. Since they have an excess of food, for that reason, they had all this food in reserves. And also, they will start practicing this new activity of exchanging, known as barter. For example, if I have a fish and the other person has some fruits, and I want those fruits, so for that reason we exchange these products in the benefit of each one. Since there's gonna be, as you can see, an economic practice, for this reason there will be a division of work. In the first group we have the farmer, the shepherd, the ones that are going to be in charge of sheep, for example, fishermen, and artisan. On the other group we have the counter, to know how much excess of production that civilization had, warriors, merchant, leader of the community. So as you can see, these people produced and these people knew how to manage. For this reason, and this is the beginning of the class division. Now that you understand the differences between the Paleolithic period and the Neolithic period, this is the class activity for today. For this, you're going to analyze and argue in an audio recording, okay? Basically, I want you to talk about two main questions. The first one, what is your appreciation about the Paleolithic economic system in relation to the Neolithic period? And the second one, compare the Neolithic economic system with the economy that is practiced today. For this, it's gonna be an individual work. You have to send me a maximum 5 minutes recording. You can send it to me until 3 o'clock of the afternoon. And you have basically to describe it and argue. That's what matters for me. If you have any question, please let me know. If you have any question about this topic, You can review again this exposition, and also we're going to reinforce this topic into a virtual class. I hope you like it, and keep on working with the activity I just sent it to you. Have a good afternoon and take care.